Hi again, and welcome back from the East Cobb Baseball Complex here in Marietta, Georgia. Coverage of the 12U Georgia 2 Travel Ball National Championships. We've got Exposure Baseball out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, 29-7-1, coming off a win over the team from Knoxville in their previous game. That was RBI Team Wilson. And the first at bat here, Chris Campbell for the East Cobb Astros, the center fielder, rips a single to center field. We'll give you the starting lineups for the East Cobb Astros. Coached by Brian McDevitt, they beat Nike Baseball and Cobb Elite in 12U pool play to get to this ball game here against Exposure Baseball. Chris Campbell with a leadoff single. Bradley Fry, the shortstop. There's a quick throw over to first. Campbell dives back into the bag in time. Top third of the order following Campbell and Fry is the pitcher James Tibbs. Pitch outside for ball one. 99 Chase Roberts, the starting pitcher in this second game for Exposure Baseball. Again, they're out of Chattanooga. They're coached by Mark Roberts. The 1-0 pitch fouled off over on the first base side. And the count is even at 1 ball, 1 strike. So 1-1 pitch on the way here to Bradley Fry with James Tibbs in the on-deck circle. The 12U championship. Quick throw back over to first in time. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Roberts, the right-hander, winds, delivers. The pitch chopped foul over on the third base side. So the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Campbell, or I should say Bradley Fry. Campbell aboard at first. Another quick turn, throw over to first base, tag applied. Campbell gets back to the bag in plenty of time. So 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Wines delivers. Here's the throw down to second. Ball gets out into shallow center. Stolen base there for Chris Campbell. The count now even on Fry, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2-2 pitch coming up. Quick word from Bryce Houghton, who catches his second consecutive game. And the 2-2 delivery on the way. Roberts comes set. Turns, fires the ball inside. It popped off the glove of Houghton behind home plate. Campbell will motor on over to third base. So runner in scoring position here for the East Cobb Astros. This again their 12U ball club. The count full here, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Roberts. He winds, delivers, and missed outside, ball 4. So Chris Campbell a single. And Bradley Fry the base on balls. And the first 2 batters aboard here. Now runners at the corners for the East Cobb Astros. Quick throw over to third. Defensively for Exposure Baseball, again with Roberts on the hill, Houghton behind the plate, Caleb Valdez at first, Landon Maynor is at second, Irvin Hernandez at short, Jake Poindexter at third. First pitch taken for strike 1. The outfield has Keaton Ray out in left, Kenyon Ransom in center, and Seth Koffelt in right field. Again, dressed in their white pants, white jerseys, blue hats. There's a strike in the outside corner. And the count quickly, no balls, 2 strikes here to the pitcher, James Tibbs. Tibbs hits third in the lineup. Cullen Lee moves into the on-deck circle. There's a quick throw over to first base, and a runner back in time. little bit of a late start here at the East Cobb Baseball Complex for this 12U championship game. Pitch sails high. Here's the throw down to second, and it's over the head of the shortstop, Hernandez. Meanwhile, Campbell will come in and score the game's first run from third. So a stolen base now. Bradley Fry down at second. Pitch on the way to Tibbs. That sails high and outside, ball one. So ball and no strikes the count here. Roberts comes set. And that pitch is ripped out here into right field off the base of the wall. They'll go ahead and wave home the runner. Bradley Fry sliding in safely. It's a 2-0 ball game. RBI single off the bat of James Tibbs. Second run of the game. And the East Cobb Astros, fresh off a win over Nike Baseball, they come in with the early 2-0 lead. Here's the catcher, Cullen Lee. Roberts' first pitch to Lee. That one is ripped down the line. Fair ball in left field. Making the turn is Tibbs. He'll hold up at third. The ball comes back in. And standing at second base with a stand-up double is Cullen Lee. So it's been single, walk, single, double. First four up here for the East Cobb Astros. eXposure Baseball in a little bit of trouble right now here in the first. They'll go ahead and bring in a pinch runner, it looks like, for Tibbs. Again, their starting pitcher. Actually, it will be for Cullen Lee, the catcher. Tibbs is on board over at third base. It brings up number 8, Cooper Kinney, the left fielder. Pitch from Roberts. In there for ball one, a little high out of the strike zone. So nobody out here in the top half of the first inning. Winds and fires. This one here hit on the ground, and it'll be picked up by the shortstop. Throw to third for the force is in time as they get the pinch runner, Cade Roberts, who was running for Cullen Lee. So 6-5 on the putout. So 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Roberts will come set. And that pitch in the dirt. And here's the throw down to first. The runner had taken off for second. Throw down to second. Slides in just in time. Cooper Kinney slides safely into second base. 2 balls, no strikes here to the first baseman, Ivan Reap. And a pitch down low taken for ball one to Reap. 1 out here in the top of the first. 2 runs have scored. And it's a 2-0 ball game. Roberts delivers the 2-0 pitch. And missed up high. 3 balls, no strikes. .30 delivery, strike on the outside corner, now 3-1. So the count, 3 balls and a strike. Roberts turns, delivers. This one here hit on the ground, straight up the middle, out into center field. They'll hold Kinney at third. And so a single off the bat of Reap. Here's Wyatt Stevenson. He's the right fielder. One out here in the top of the first. It looks like they're going to go ahead and make a change at third base. And I'm talking about eXposure Baseball. And now they'll swap out at first as well. So Noah Pridmore has taken over at first base. They may have brought Poindexter in to possibly pitch beyond the first inning. Wines delivers. That pitch sails over the helmet of Wyatt Stevenson, the right fielder. They've got a left-hander warming up in the bullpen. And the right-hander to Stevenson hits this one into the air. Out here in center field, Kenyon Ransom makes the catch. Here's the throw back into home plate to hold the runner at third. F8 on the putout. And there's two down. This brings up Brady McDevitt. He's one of the extra hitters. McDevitt, a left-handed bat. Runners now at the corners, first and third. Pitch missed on the outside corner, ball one. So Chase Roberts, a little bit of trouble here in the top of the first. The 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike. The count even now, 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Swung at. That's going to be a chopper over the mound. And it got underneath the glove of Hernandez. It's short. Everybody's safe. Another run scores. The run that was Tibbs will come in and score. And it's a 3-0 ball game. Ivan Reap, the runner at second. And that one hits the helmet of Luke Haley. And that might be it for Chase Roberts. eXposure Baseball's head coach Mark Roberts makes a trip out to the mound with 2 outs. Trailing 3-0, and right now the base is loaded of East Cobb Astros 12U players. So far it's been single, walk, single, double. Cooper Kinney reached. Ivan Reap with a single. So here's Roberts. Winding, delivering. That's a chopper at short. And here's the throw across the diamond, not in time. Another run will come in and score. Ivan Reap came in to score, the 4th run of the game. Yeah, that's another single off the bat of Luke Haley. Here's Bryce Johnson, the second baseman. Pitch outside, base is still loaded. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fouled off over on the third base side. The count even now, 1-1. They've got a 2-1 up on the scoreboard. Here's the pitch from Roberts. Still showing 2-1 up on the scoreboard. Roberts delivers. That ball is high. That's ball 3. 3-1. So 3-1 pitch on the way. 2 outs here, top of the first. Outside corner, ball 4. That's going to walk in a run. So another run comes in for the East Cobb Astros. And coming in to score is Brady McDevitt. And they're going to go ahead and make a pitching change here. So that'll be it for Chase Roberts. He is chased here in the top of the first inning. It looks like 27, Caleb Valdez, the left-hander, has come in to pitch. So Valdez on in relief here of Chase Roberts. It's really going to put the pressure on the eXposure baseball offense. Bases are still loaded here for the East Cobb Astros. So again, Valdez had come off of first. It looked like Noah Pridmore had come in to play first. So Valdez will take a few more warm-up tosses and will be set to resume here. He will face the number 11 batter in their lineup, and I'm talking about East Cobb, Cade Roberts. So here's Cade Roberts. Well, this could be Chris Campbell. This is Chris Campbell. And he takes a strike on the first pitch. The 0-1 delivery from Valdez. Drops in there for a strike. It's 0-2. Second at bat for Campbell. He singled and scored the game's first run. Valdez delivers, misses on the outside corner. Count a ball and 2 strikes. Wines delivers. Hits this one into the air, and it is gone. It will not hold in the ballpark, and it is a grand slam home run for Chris Campbell. And the 12U East Cobb Astros have blown this ball game wide open as he comes up with a grand slam home run. Add 4 more runs, and unofficially I've got a 9-0 ball game. So it'll bring up Bradley Fry again, the shortstop. He walked and scored the game's second run. Valdez Wines delivers, and they popped him up foul territory, and it is behind the screen. No balls and a strike. Valdez will wind again. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung at, missed. It's 0-2. Foul tipped it right into the glove of Bryce Houghton. Shocker here in the championship game, 12U, here on field 7. The 0-2 pitch on the way. And it was low, broke a little early. 4-1. The count now, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 from Valdez. Missed low again, ball 2. So the count even here, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Valdez into the wind, the 2-2 pitch. Popped him up here in center field. Ransom calls for it, makes the catch. And that'll close the East Cobb 12U Astros out here in the top of the first. Not before, though, and we'll have to double check. They scored 9 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits, including one of 2 hits from Chris Campbell, their leadoff hitter and center fielder, who puts up a grand slam here in the top of the first. 9-0 our scores. We head to the bottom of the first. Exposure Baseball coming to bat. We're back to the Field 7 here at the East Cobb Baseball Complex in Marietta, Georgia. Coverage of our Georgia 2 Travel Ball National Championships. This is the 12U Championship on TravelBallSelect.com. Dave Cohen back here at Field 7 at the East Cobb Baseball Complex. 10-0 our score. We were off by a run. 10 runs on 7 hits as we head to the bottom of the first. James Tibbs, number 10, the starting pitcher for the East Cobb Astros. The count 2 balls and a strike. The leadoff hitter here is Chase Roberts. He was the starting pitcher for Exposure Baseball. And rips this one out off the fence, and he hits a home run. Chase Roberts, a little bit of frustration in that swing, rips a home run over the left field fence, a left center field fence, to make it a 10-1 ball game. It'll bring up Bryce Houghton. Tibbs gets rocked. And it was Chris Campbell just below us in center field who had the grand slam, who gave chase and watched that ball clear the fence here in left center. Here's Chase Roberts. Here's a line drive single out to the warning track in right field. So whatever it is, Exposure Baseball does not plan to go quietly here in this ball game. The run rule is 10 runs after 4. But it's a 9-run lead right now. Here's Caleb Valdez, who came in relief of Chase Roberts. Tibbs delivers a strike on the first pitch. Noah Pridmore, the extra hitter, moves into the on-deck circle. Tibbs' pitch. This here is a chopper, and it will be fielded there by the second baseman. Nice job coming over Bryce Johnson. A correction for Exposure Baseball. Jake Poindexter came over and made that. Correction, that was Bryce Johnson. Johnson came over, fielded the ball, and made the throw to first in time. So that retired Valdez. 4-3 on the putout. And here's Noah Pridmore. His first plate appearance. Tibbs delivers a pitch in the dirt. Runner now down at second. And that is Bryce Houghton, who singled and then moved to second on the ground ball out off the bat of Valdez. Tibbs checks the runner at second, turns, delivers. The high fastball. Pridmore stays away. And the count 2 balls, no strikes. So the 2-0 pitch coming up on the outside corner for a strike. And the count 2 balls and a strike. So the 2-1 pitch coming up. Tibbs comes set, checks the runner again down at second. Turns, delivers, missed down low and away. And it's a 3-ball, 1-strike count here on Noah Pridmore. Jake Poindexter will hit next. Here's the 3-1. Strike on the corner. Nope, it's a ball. They'll call that ball 4. Now it'll bring up Jake Poindexter. He was the winning pitcher for eXposure Baseball in the game just prior to this championship game. Tibbs delivers a strike on a fastball inside corner. It's 0-1. So far it's been solo home run single, ground ball out to second, and a walk. Poindexter, the 0-1 pitch. That broke early and outside. The count even at 1-ball, 1 strike. So the 1-1 pitch just ahead. Tibbs comes set. Checks the runner again at second. Turns, delivers. Sails high, ball 2. Correction, ball 3. It's a 3-1 count. And the 3-1 delivery swung at. That'll be right back up the middle, out to Campbell in center. Bases loaded now as Poindexter singles. It'll bring up Irvin Hernandez, the shortstop. So again, eXposure Baseball down 10-0 at the start of the inning. Gets a solo home run from Roberts. And now they've got the bases loaded, trying to make a dent in that deficit. Pitch sails high and outside. Taking the ball 1 there to Hernandez, the shortstop. And time called is Astros head coach Brian McDevitt will come out of the dugout, have a quick word with his starting pitcher James Tibbs. Again, bases loaded. Houghton is at third, Pridmore at second, Poindexter at first. Swung at, missed. And the count is even now, 1-ball, 1 strike. Here to Hernandez. Keaton Ray, the left fielder, in the on-deck circle. Tibbs comes set. Pitch fouled off. Chased it a little out of the strike zone. Fouls it off to the back screen. And it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. So 1 out, bases loaded. The pitch from Tibbs swung at. This hit to the opposite field, and it's going to be just fouled down the third baseline. Make that the first baseline. So the count remains 1-2. Tibbs 1-2 pitch. Punches this one just foul down the first base side. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Hernandez. In a battle here with James Tibbs. Bases loaded, 1 out. Winds and fires. Check swing. They're going to say that he went around. Strike 3. So Hernandez down on strikes. That's the first strike for James Tibbs. Here's the left fielder, Keaton Ray. Swung at, missed. The bottom dropped out of that one. No balls and a strike on the pitch to Ray from Tibbs. Seth Kofelt would hit next. There's another pitch in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes. Two-0 pitch to Ray. Missed outside, 3-0. Correction, 2 balls and a strike. So 2-1 pitch coming up. Tibbs delivers a strike, and it's 2-2. Pitch looked a little low. Nonetheless, the count is 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tibbs comes set, left-hander. His 2-2 delivery. And that is a called third strike, the inside portion of the strike zone. And that'll close out eXposure Baseball. Tibbs strikes out 2, gives up the solo home run of the first batter, Chase Roberts. And then a couple of singles, 1 run on 3 hits. There were no errors, and the bases were left loaded, so 3 left on as we head to the second. East Cobb Astros leading eXposure Baseball 10-1. You're watching coverage of the 12U Championships, part of the Georgia 2 Travel Ball National Championships here on TravelBallSelect.com. Back here at Field 7 of the East Cobb Baseball Complex. 10-1 our score. The East Cobb Astros, 12U team, leading eXposure Baseball. There's a quick shot down the line at left. The throw to first in plenty of time to retire James Tibbs. So 1-3 on the putout. And it brings up the catcher, Cullen Lee. He ended up at second base. There was a force play. Here's a pop-up. The pitcher can't see it. Now he can see it. Now he makes the catch, and there's 2 down. So a pop-out to the pitcher, Caleb Valdez, and there's quickly 2 away. Here's Cooper Kinney, the left fielder. And Kinney will have a quick word with head coach Brian McDevitt prior to the at-bat. Kinney reached in the first. And looks at the first pitch inside, a little high, ball one. Ivan Reap in the on-deck circle. Valdez into the wind, and the pitch takes a bounce in the dirt. Nice block behind home plate there by Bryce Houghton. Pitch from Valdez, missed again. It's 3 balls, no strikes. So 2 down here in the second. Pitch from Valdez. And then for a strike on the corner. And it's now 3-1. So 3 balls, 1 strike. Valdez 3-1 delivery. Swung at and missed. Count full now, 3-2. A little bit of a swing with a 1 foot out of the batter's box, headed towards first. Count full here, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Valdez into the wind. Here's the pitch. Swung at, missed. He struck him out. What a contrast in innings for eXposure baseball as well as the East Cobb Astros. After a 10-run, 7-hit first inning, they go in order here. Tibbs, Lee, and Kinney in the top half of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We head to the bottom of the second. It's a 10-1 ball game. East Cobb Astros 12U leading eXposure baseball. Back to the East Cobb Baseball Complex after this timeout on TravelBallSelect.com. Back here at the East Cobb Complex, 10-1 our score. East Cobb Astros leading eXposure baseball in this 12U championship game. Bottom third of the order, the 8, 9, and 10 hitters, led by Seth Kofelt, the right fielder. Facing James Tibbs, his first pitch, fastball, but high, ball 1. Kofelt will be followed by Landon Maynor and Kenyon Ransom. There's a strike and a fastball right down the middle. The count even at 1 ball, 1 strike. So the 1-1 pitch on the way. Tibbs turns, delivers. And that was a little low and outside. The count 2-1. Tibbs into the wind. The 2-1 pitch swung at, fouled it to the back screen. And the count is even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Count even here, 2-2. Tibbs into the wind. Fouled off on the third base side. Count remains 2-2. So a 2-ball, 2-strike count here to Seth Kofelt. Tibbs into the wind. Swung at, foul, tipped it to the back screen. He's going to take off for first base. It'll be a strikeout, reaching on a pass ball. Here's the throw over to first. And Kofelt back in time. They're trying to cut into this 9-run deficit now, trailing 10-1. Here's number 24, the second baseman, Landon Maynor. And Maynor will take the first pitch, ball 1. Another quick throw to first by the left-hander, James Tibbs. Pitch low and inside. Count 2 balls, no strikes. There's a strike right down the middle. 2 balls and a strike. Nobody out and 1 runner on here for eXposure Baseball. Tibbs comes set, the 2-1. High and outside, ball 3. Breeze picks up a little bit here at field 7. 3-1 delivery. Swung at, foul to the back screen. That runs the count full here, 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes the count here on Landon Maynor, the second baseman. The payoff pitch from Tibbs, strike on the outside corner. And that is for Tibbs, technically his 4th strikeout. 2 down here in the second. Here's Kenyon Ransom. He's the center fielder. First plate appearance here in this championship game. Swing, and that one right off the edge of the mound. It'll take a slow roll behind the mound, fielded there. But everybody is safe. By the time Bradley Fry got to the ball, everybody was safe. And runners now for eXposure Baseball at first and second, 2 outs. Tibbs comes set. Chase Roberts at the plate again. He hit that solo home run on the second pitch of his first at-bat in the bottom of the first. The 1-0 pitch. Missed outside. 2 balls, no strikes. The wind picks up here from center field, our broadcast location. And a pitch down low, but in there for a strike. It's 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike here to Chase Roberts. 1 for 1 so far today. Here's the pitch. Missed outside. And it runs the count to 3 balls and a strike. Three-one delivery, missed outside, ball 4. So Roberts with a solo home run and a walk. It'll bring up the catcher, Bryce Houghton. Houghton had his catcher's gear on. He'll have to remove that, which he does, in order to ready himself for this at-bat. Caleb Valdez will move into the on-deck circle. One out here in the inning. First pitch on the way from Tibbs is outside for ball one. One 1-0 pitch, a strike right down the middle. Right there in the lower portion of that strike zone to Houghton. And the count is even now, 1 ball, 1 strike. Tibbs the side, he comes set. Left-hander will deliver the 1-1 pitch. Strike on the outside corner, 1-2. So ball and 2 strikes. Tibbs winds, delivers. That one there is a chopper to third. Foot race to the bag at third. Run scores, but there are 2 outs. Coming in to score was Seth Coffert. First pitch on the way to Caleb Valdez is taken for ball 1. Lefty on lefty in this matchup. Pitch sails high, and the count is 2 balls, no strikes. Valdez grounded out to second base, his previous plate appearance. Tibbs' pitch. A strike on the outside corner, a little low, but just enough for the strike zone to make it 2-1. And the 2-1 from Tibbs, 3-1. A walk would load the bases with 2 outs here in the inning. And Valdez lofts this one into the air, coming over to make the catch is the left fielder for eXposure Baseball. And that will retire the side. Correction, the catch there in left field for the East Cobb Astros, Cade Roberts, for out number 3. So Valdez retired. F7 on the putout. And they come up with 1 more run on 1 hit. They strand 2 runners, and as we head to the top half of inning number 3, it is a 10-2 score here at the East Cobb Baseball Complex. You're watching coverage of the 12U Championship of the Travel Ball National Championships here on TravelBallSelect.com. So one out here in the top half of the third. Fly ball out off the bat of Ivan Reap, caught by Kofelt out here in center field. Here's a ground ball to Hernandez at short. Makes a nice throw across to Pridmore at first. And there's two down. So Reap and Wyatt Stevenson are retired. And here's McDevitt. Fouls off the first pitch from Valdez. Chase Roberts now out in right field. And there's a chopper to third, fielded nicely and easily by Pridmore, 3 unassisted off the bat of Brady McDevitt. And the East Cobb Astros, for the second consecutive inning, go in order. Nothing going for Reap, Stevenson, or McDevitt. No runs, no hits, and no runners left on. We head now to the bottom of the third. East Cobb Astros 12U 10, eXposure Baseball 2. We'll get back to the East Cobb complex after this timeout here on TravelBallSelect.com. Ten to 2 our score. East Cobb Astros leading eXposure Baseball in this 12U championship. Here in the bottom of the third, Noah Pridmore, first batter, facing James Tibbs, and takes the first pitch outside, ball 1. Again, it was a 10-run first inning for the Astros that have blown this game open early. Swung at, missed by Pridmore. The game now, count now, 1 ball, 1 strike. Pridmore drew a base on balls in his only previous plate appearance. That was in the first. The 1-1 pitch swung at, missed. And it's now 1-2. Big hole to climb out of for eXposure Baseball. They picked up a run in the first, 1 in the second to cut the deficit to where it is now, 8 runs. Pridmore swings and misses on a breaking ball, and he's down on strikes. Another strikeout for James Tibbs, who has now struck out 5. And here's Jake Poindexter. Poindexter so far with a single in the first inning. First pitch from Tibbs, fouled off over on the first base side. And the count is no balls and a strike. And the 1-1. No balls, 2 strikes. Tibbs, the 0-2 pitch. That was low and outside. That's ball 1. It's now 1-2. The 1-2 delivery from Tibbs. Swung at, missed. Another strikeout, and that is strikeout number 6. We saw a pretty good strikeout performance in our previous game. Logan Sutton struck out 7. But it was still a win for Exposure Baseball to play their way into this championship game. Ball 1 on the first pitch to Ivan Hernandez, the shortstop. He is one of the 6 strikeouts to this point for James Tibbs. Right now ahead on the count, 2 balls, no strikes. Here's Tibbs' 2-0 pitch. That one there is line foul down the first base side. And the count is 2-1. So 2 balls and a strike. We play the bottom of the 3rd here at East Cobb. Pitch on the outside corner for a strike. The count even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. So big pitch coming up here as he tries to strike out the side. Here's the 2-2. That's a chopper to short. Fielded on the backhand nicely. Throw across in time. Nice play by the shortstop, Bradley Fry. 6-3 on the putout. And Exposure Baseball goes in order. Nothing going for Pridmore, Poindexter, or Hernandez. No runs, no hits, and no base runners left on. Heading now to the 4th inning here at East Cobb. The 12U Astros playing here at home, holding on to a 10-2 lead over Exposure Baseball. You're watching the 12U Championship, part of the Travel Ball National Championship here on TravelBallSelect.com. Top of the 4th here at East Cobb, and right off the bat, the leadoff hitter Luke Haley drills one off the fence in center field, and so a leadoff single. Of course, there's padding on the outfield wall here. That ball took a nice bounce right back down to the center fielder here. Both center fielders wearing 22, but Seth Kofelt playing it just below us here in center field, able to play that off of one bounce, holding Haley to a single. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. New pitcher on the hill for Exposure Baseball. And this one here hit foul down the first base side. The new pitcher looks like it's 45, Kenyon Ransom. He's the 3rd pitcher of the day. We saw Chase Roberts start the ball game, saw Caleb Valdez. So the count here, no balls and 2 strikes. The right-hander comes set, and it's fouled off again over on the first base side. The count remains 0-2. Leadoff single by Luke Haley to start the 4th inning here for the 12U East Cobb Astros. And the 0-2 delivery sails high just above the helmet of Bryce Johnson. The 1-2 pitch, that one there hit on the ground, fielded nicely. They'll get the force at second. The throw to first, not in time. So 6-4 on the fielder's choice on the putout. That'll retire Luke Haley at second. Here's Cade Roberts, the extra hitter. Although we've seen him a little bit in right field. Strike on the first pitch there from Kenyon Ransom. The 0-1 pitch, missed low, a little bit outside, count even at 1 ball, 1 strike. One pitch, that did miss outside. It's 2 balls and a strike. Top half of the 4th inning here in Marietta, Georgia. Another throw to first. That chases Bryce Johnson back to the bag. And that one hit the batter. Cade Roberts hit in the left leg. And there are now runners at first and second. They come out to check on Roberts at first. He appears to be okay. Top of the order again for Chris Campbell. And here's the decision that Mark Roberts has here. With 2 base runners on, do you go ahead and pitch to Chris Campbell? He has singled and scored a run and hit a grand slam, all of that in the 1st inning. And he pops up here. Roberts underneath it in right field. He makes the catch. F9 on the putout. They dodge that bullet. And that's the 2nd out of the inning. Here's the shortstop, Bradley Fry. Kenyon Ransom, first pitch to Bradley Fry. Tried to break it across the strike zone. Missed. It's 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes. The count here to Fry. He walked and scored a run in the 1st, and then was the final out in that long 1st inning when he popped out to center field. There's a strike on a nice pitch by Ransom. And the count even at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Fry. James Tibbs in the on-deck circle. Fastball down the middle for a strike. The count 1-2. So 2 outs here, top of the 4th. 10-2 our score in favor of the East Cobb Astros. Ransom comes set. The pitch lunged out into right field, into fair territory. They're going to go ahead and wave the runner coming in from second, and he is safe. Bryce Johnson comes around to score. And that makes it 11-2. So an RBI single from Bradley Fry. And here's James Tibbs, the pitcher. Tibbs singled and scored a run, drove in a run in the 1st, and then grounded out to the pitcher, his 2nd plate appearance. And looks at a first pitch strike from Kenyon Ransom. 1 run in so far. It's 11-2. The 0-1 pitch. They put that as a strike up on the scoreboard. The 0-2 delivery. And there's They must have been wrong up on the scoreboard. Now it's 1-2. Whoever's running the scoreboard behind home plate should have a lot better ability to see the balls and strikes. It's harder from out here in left field. Here's a ground ball right up the middle. That could score another run. It won't. They'll go ahead and hold Cade Roberts at third. And that single loads the bases again for the East Cobb Astros. For eXposure Baseball, this is big right here because with the 10-run rule after 4, we're playing the top of the 4th. And if they blow this one wide open right now, they're up 9, 11-2. They will have one more opportunity in the bottom of the inning in order to close that gap and get it back to within 9 runs. Big swing and a miss on the pitch there to Cullen Lee, the catcher, and he doubled. And there was a fielder choice on a 6-5 play on that ball that allowed him to reach second base. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Ransom delivers. Missed high and outside, ball 1. So the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Cullen Lee, a big at-bat here for the East Cobb Astros. Here's the pitch from Ransom, way outside. The count now 2 balls and a strike. Here's the 2-1 pitch. High and inside, ball 3. Nowhere to put anybody. It's a 3-1 count. Bases are loaded. And by my count, there are 2 outs. So here's the 3-1 pitch. Ransom turns, delivers. This one here hit on the ground. Should be an easy play. They'll get the force at second on the ground ball to Poindexter. He steps on the bag at second base, and that will close the Astros out here in the 4th. So Lee grounding into a 4 unassisted. And 1 run scores here in the 4th on 1, 2, 3 hits. So 1 run on 3 hits. There were no errors. 2 base runners left on. Heading to the bottom of the 4th inning, East Cobb Astros with an 11-2 lead here over eXposure Baseball out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. We'll get back with more. You're watching our coverage here on TravelBallSelect.com. Back here in the bottom of the fourth inning, Exposure Baseball coming to the plate. They trail it by 9 runs. It's 11-2. Brady McDevitt now at second base for the East Cobb Astros. James Tibbs, who has struck out 6 to this point, 6 through 3, has a 2-ball no-strike count here on Keaton Ray. It'll be Ray, Seth Kofelt, and Landon Maynor. This one here is hit into the air, and it's going to drop in shallow right field. The throw to first, not in time. So Keaton Ray with a leadoff single. Again, the outfield is that shallow that even a hit out into mid-shallow right or left right field, you got to hustle down the line to get to first. So it brings up 22 Seth Kofelt with Landon Maynor now in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch from Tibbs. Strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. So Tibbs comes set. Second pitch on the way to Kofelt. And that one sails high over the helmet. Count even at 1 ball, 1 strike. One delivery. A check of the runner at first. I believe he called that for a strike. It's 1-2. Not a very demonstrative strike call by our home plate umpire. And this one here hit on the ground. That could be 2. Fielded there. They'll get the force at second. McDevitt coming over to second to cover the bag on the throw from Bradley Fry. 6-4 on the force. And there's 1 away. So Kofelt now the runner at first base. One away. Here's the pitch. Tibbs, and this one here is going to be lined into the gap and right by Landon Maynor. Coming around, they're going to go ahead and hold Kofelt at third, and now runners at the corners. That was a single into right center. And here's Kenyon Ransom. Ransom has 1 at bat today. That was a single in the second. 1 out and 2 on here for Exposure Baseball. First pitch there from Tibbs, missed on the outside corner, ball 1. So the 1-0 delivery coming up. Tibbs comes set. Missed low and outside again. 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0 pitch. And that is fouled off over on the first base side. So the count 2 balls and a strike here on Kenyon Ransom. His second at bat of the ball game. Drives this one right back to the mound off the glove. They'll turn, make the throw to first in time to get the second out. Kofelt will score from third. So 1 run is in. Ransom retired on a 1-3, and we're back to the top of the order. It brings up Chase Roberts. So a run in the first, a run in the second. So far 1 here in the fourth. And it's an 8-run deficit for Exposure Baseball, 11-3. Pitch to Roberts, sails high, ball 1. One-0 delivery. The left-hander comes set. That is a chopper to third. They'll make the throw to first in time to retire the side. So Roberts is thrown out at first, 5-3 on the putout. 1 run does come in and score. A run on 2 hits. And there were no errors. And as we head now to the top of inning number 5 here at the East Cobb Baseball Complex, East Cobb Astros holding on to an 8-run lead over eXposure Baseball. It's 11-3. Back with more after this. You're watching TravelBallSelect.com. Dave Cohen back here at the East Cobb Baseball Complex. We have an 11-3 advantage here for the East Cobb Astros over eXposure Baseball. Cooper Kinney leading things off here in the top of inning number 5. An 8-run lead. It would be run ruled if it was 8 runs after 5 innings. So very important here for eXposure Baseball to not allow any runs. There's a sharply hit ball just fouled down the first base side. The count even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Cooper Kinney will be followed by Ivan Reap and Wyatt Stevenson. Ransom on the mound. Popped him up here in the infield. Ransom waves everybody off. He'll make the catch. And there's 1 away. So Kinney retired. On a pop out to the pitcher. 1 away. It brings up Ivan Reap. He was your starting first baseman. First pitch breaks early and low, ball 1. Ransom into the wind. Here's the pitch. Lines this one out into center field, giving chase, making the catch right here in front of us is 34, Bryce Houghton. There's 2 outs. Nice job by Bryce Houghton out here in center field. On the run, making that catch in front of the warning track. And there's 2 away. Brings up 17, Wyatt Stevenson. First pitch from Ransom, swung at, hit on the ground, and it's going to sneak through. It'll be a single into left field. So Stevenson delivers a 2-out single. Here's 41, Brady McDevitt. And at first pitch, hit on the ground. It's a chopper, fielded there by Poindexter. The throw on to first base to Valdez is in time. 4-3 on the putout. And that will close the East Cobb Astros out here in the top half of inning number 5. No runs on one hit. There were no errors and one base runner left on. Heading to the bottom of the 5th. Exposure Baseball down 8. They need runs in order to avoid the 8-run rule after 5 here in this 12U championship game. We're back from East Cobb's Baseball Complex in Marietta, Georgia. After this timeout, you're watching TravelBallSelect.com. All right, we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. This is a big inning for Exposure Baseball. They trail 11-3, trying to avoid the 8-run rule after 5. And leading things off will be 34, Bryce Houghton, here in the 5th. And he looks at a first pitch from number 17, Wyatt Stevenson. The new left fielder is number 5, Cade Roberts. 1 ball, no strikes. Stevenson comes set and delivers a strike. A little high, but on the inside corner. The count is even at 1 ball, 1 strike. So it'll be Houghton, Valdez, and Pridmore here in the 5th. There's a strike on the outside corner. And Stevenson ahead in the count here, 1-2. So ball and 2 strikes the count. Stevenson comes set. The right-hander winds, delivers, bounced it on top of the plate. The count even at 2-2. He's on in relief of James Tibbs, who pitched 4 innings, struck out 6, and allowed those 3 runs. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Couldn't get him to chase. It's a full count here, 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Bryce Johnson back at second. Fry is at shortstop. Here's a pop fly. This one here into shallow right. Coming on to make the catch is 41, Brady McDevitt, and there's 1 away. F9 on the putout. So 2 outs to go here. And here's Caleb Valdez. We've seen on the hill, but he was your starting first baseman today. Left-handed bat facing the right-hander, Wyatt Stevenson, who winds and fires the first pitch in there for a strike. Great location on that pitch by Stevenson. The 0-1 delivery. Low and inside, ball 1. The count even at 1-1. 1-1 pitch down low. 2 balls in the strike. The 2-1 delivery, swung at, hit on the ground right to second. Easy throw there from Bryce Johnson to Reap at first, and there's 2 away. 4-3 on the putout. Here's Noah Pridmore. Pridmore going to try to keep Exposure Baseball alive here in the 5th. First pitch from Stevenson, in there for a strike. He's just in there throwing strikes. Wines delivers a breaking ball right over the plate for strike 2. So a no ball, 2-strike count here to Pridmore. He's walked and struck out. That pitch way outside, 1-2. If Pridmore can get aboard, Jake Poindexter would hit next. He's 1 for 2. The count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The right-hander Wines delivers. Swung at this one here, golfed into the gap in left center. So Pridmore keeps Exposure Baseball alive with a 2-out single. That was a well-hit ball off the base of the wall just below us in left center field. So now here comes Jake Poindexter. This is where Stevenson's got to be careful. A little bit of the meat of the order here. Misses outside, ball 1. They just need 1 run to send it to a 6th inning. And the 1-0 delivery from Stevenson on the way. Poindexter holds back, doesn't chase the high fastball. It's 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. Stevenson delivers high and inside, ball 3. Astros with an opportunity to close it out here. They need just 1 out. 3-0 the count here to Poindexter, and that's going to be ball 4. So it'll bring up Irvin Hernandez. Pridmore the runner at second, Poindexter at first. 2 down here in the 5th. Strike on a fastball, a little high. Upper portion of that strike zone, it's 0-1. Hernandez struck out in the 1st, grounded to short in the 3rd. And this one here, a fly ball hit into shallow right field. Coming on to make the catch is Brady McDevitt. And I believe that's your ball game. F9 on the putout. And the 12U championship here at the East Cobb Baseball Complex goes to the East Cobb Astros 12U Ball Club. They win it by the final score of 11-3. Exposure Baseball, with a couple of quick outs, started to threaten with the single by Pridmore and the walk to Poindexter. But Hernandez, a fly ball out to right field, ends the ball game. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 2 base runners left on. And your final score, East Cobb Astros 11 and Exposure Baseball 3. So quite a finish for the East Cobb Astros. And talking their head coach, Brian McDevitt, prior to the ball game, they have had a 3-0 day today, beating Nike Baseball, East Cobb Elite, and now Exposure Baseball. And they take the 12U championship here on Field 7. They will have the awards presentation here shortly. And for Exposure Baseball, coming off a win in our previous game over RBI Team Wilson, their record now 29 wins, 8 losses, and 1 tie. So again, the awards presentation about to take place here on Field 7. If you've been watching our broadcast today here on TravelBallSelect.com and would like to order a copy of today's broadcast, send an email to info@TravelBallSelect.com. That's info@TravelBallSelect.com. Just make note of the game, the date, and that it was the 12U championship, part of the Georgia 2 Travel Ball Championships, and that you watched it on TravelBallSelect.com. So that'll wrap it up from Field 7 here at the East Cobb Baseball Complex. I want to thank our camera operator, Xavier Thompson, and our producer-engineer, Amy Walker. Dave Cohen saying good afternoon from the East Cobb Baseball Complex here in Marietta, Georgia. Thanks for watching our coverage of the 12U Championships right here on TravelBallSelect.com.